Hello, Eddie here now. This subject is a bit unusual. Hope I don't get into trouble over it. And cannabis and nicotine, two drugs, very much misused. They're very good drugs if they're used properly, especially if you suffer from something like arthritis or any spinal pain. But the secret is the quantity. Most people who get high on cannabis are overdosing. About a quarter of what they're taking would be the normal dose. If you want it for relaxation and pain and the release of stress. Now that gives a particular ratio of nicotine to cannabis. Oh, by the way, the cannabis has to be cannabis resin because you need to powder it. But this will work. If you get one of these machines that you can get today to make cigarettes, and this is the sort of cigarettes they make. You see that in 3D. And I'm going to have to get the machine to show you. I won't be a second. Yeah, this is the machine. You simply, it's, I don't know if I'm supposed to advertise or no, but you get a special tobacco called Make Your Own Tobacco, and it is almost the same as the tobacco in an ordinary cigarette. Unlike the rolly tobacco, it's drier. The rolly tobacco won't work in these machines because the tobacco sticks to the paper when you put it on and it rips apart. You also get tubes that you buy that go with the machine. You buy them to go with the machine. They cost a penny. Well, 99p per 100. And that includes the filter and the paper. And if the tobacco is damp, this paper gets damp and it creases and tears. The secret of getting the right proportions, not too tightly packed. As you say, you look at these and it looks like an ordinary cigarette, doesn't it? I made that myself half an hour ago. And it also has the other effect, as if you want to lose weight and you want to cut down, if you have to go to the trouble of making them with these machines, that is exercise, by the way, doing that. You're going to have to put this on the exercise diet chart as well. Making them, it takes longer before you get to smoke anyway. But what you do is you half fill, put in your cannabis, and that cannabis needs to be powder. That's why you have to get the resin. There's several ways you can convert it to a powder, scraping with a knife or something like that, sharp knife. But the amount that goes in there is no more than you take a pinch of salt. It's that small amount. And I wouldn't mind betting that if, having using it, you were tested for cannabis, it would pop up as secondary. What's it? It wouldn't show up like it would on somebody that was overdosing and getting high, because that's all it is. When you get high, you're overdosing. You can get high on codeine if you will, take enough of it and overdose. Anyway, that's that. And as I say, the other advantage of it is making your own. Is every time you make one of these, you're exercising. You know, it's very simple to do, and it comes off the end, and you tap 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 till the tobacco goes level with the paper, and there you are. And when you're smoking them, I'm going to smoke now, by the way. Nobody would know other than that you're smoking an ordinary tailor-made cigarette, would they? Now, take a good look at me. Do I look 78 on the 21st of this month? That's half my trouble, you see. Everybody thinks I'm a bloody well scrounger who's on benefits, and there's nothing wrong with me, because I don't look ill. But I've got spondylolisthesis of the spine, I got arthritis in both shoulders, I got arthritis in one hip, I got arthritis in a knee, and arthritis in an ankle. So I'm not the scrounger, and apart from anything else, I never had much from the health service in the past, and I paid my taxes. I didn't fiddle them. And in fact, when I was in the Merchant Navy for 6 years, I was paying tax and insurance, and not even in the country. I was out of the country for 13 months once, and I still had to pay full income tax and full national insurance. So how these scroungers should get away with today, I reckon even if they spend 1 day in the country, they should pay the bloody 1 day's tax or 1 day's national insurance. Right. Unless, of course, they're not British, they're foreign. That's fair enough. If, I don't intend to punish somebody who's a genuine foreigner, but somebody who's British, lives here, and calls herself non-dom when they're living here for about 8 or 9 months, and they've got a £3 million bloody house. Not on, is it? Anyway, this is politics. I shouldn't be talking about that now. But you will find, if anybody sees this, if you've got a gran or somebody like that that's suffering from arthritis, that is the secret. Now, you'll probably, if your gran's already using cannabis for it, you'll probably find by using less she gets better, more results. Because my dealer actually, or my supplier, did 6 months in jail. So I knew I would be able to get any. Well, I made half an ounce last for 6 months, which meant, that's how I discovered this tiny pinch, a tiny pinch of it, and it was working better. So it's obviously something to do with the ratio of nicotine to cannabis. By the way, never smoke skunk. That is a killer. Because it's too strong. And the amount of that, if you roll up skunk in a cigarette, you're really overdosing. Even if you mix tobacco with it. Anyway, that's about all there is. I expect the doorbell to be going shortly with the police there. But I'll tell you what, if it did happen, I'd take it all the way to court, and I'd be there crippled up with all my crutches, and I'd have the television cameras there. I'd defend myself. It's not the first time I've done it. If you've ever seen one of my videos that says Callington parking fines, I took them all away, council, for that, and they lost. And I didn't have any lawyers or anything. I did everything myself. Instead of trying to bloody well punish the disabled, they ought to bloody well get on and sort themselves out. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know, my nephew is mayor of Callington, and we're a bunch of plebs. The family farm workers. Anyway, if you want to find out more about that, you'll have to see the brief history of my life, which is probably going to take me 6 months. I hope somebody will write it as an autobiography. Unfortunately, people don't believe me, because when I say, oh, I'm not interested in money, I said, I've got everything I want. Why not? Why make money for money's sake? Anyway, that's it. I'm switching off now. And I hope your arthritis gets better.